Yeah, so I originally started the project because I was doing a demo job and I had all this wood and this property. I drove by it and it was like, looked pretty run down, but I checked out the backyard and I saw the view of the river and I'm like, man, it's kind of a cool little space, you know? I had a little bit, like $500, and I was like, I'm just gonna pitch this to the owner, do a lease to purchase option. He let me do it. I got in here, I refinanced it and did the renovations on the house. Eventually after that, I was kind of like, I kind of got this urge to do the Cedars Project. The inspiration though ended up falling into like this Native American spirituality path. And that was really what brought the project kind of to life. So the Cedars Project gets its name from the Treaty of Cedars, which was signed down the road. And then this house is one of the first homes built in Little Chute. So when I'm back here and I'm working and I'm looking at the mill and I'm looking at the river and all that stuff, I'm like always thinking like, what did this look like beforehand? Because it used to be all cedar trees down by the river here. It's probably like really beautiful. And you know, if you think about how old the forest and stuff like that. So I think about that a lot with this project and just the energy of the exchange between the people that were there and the people that are here now and stuff like that. So ultimately the goal is to have all sorts of different spaces all around the state or the country or wherever, and then have, you know, make it a place where people feel inspired to come and gather and they feel comfortable being themselves, and they know that they're going to be part of a community that's like accepting of who they are, and that's ultimately the goal with this project.
I mean, it was just kind of the, you know, there was the event on Facebook, Songwriter Showcase, thought it was cool, you know, create music together, and it's growing, it's becoming something magical, and I just love coming here.
I just enjoy Isaiah as a person. He's very outgoing. He's trying to get things to go on for the community, you know, to get people involved again.
That guidance I was talking about, those chain of reactions and like where the art takes you. So I'm just kind of riding the boat of the creative imagination, and it led me to this now. You know, I try to stay focused on the next seed that can grow into a mountain, honestly.
It's like the last 10 years I was living with the dead.
So a while back now, I was invited to play a show here with the band that I used to play with, Sinking Lessons. And so we played a show here, and I remember my buddy Levi, the head of the band, saying, well, there's a situation going on in someone's backyard. You know, it's pretty fresh. I think it was year one. And we got here and I was like, oh, look at this blank canvas. There's so much opportunity. You know, I remember rolling instruments all the way down here, doing a thing and going back up. And it felt a lot of like the kind of feeling that you get at music festivals.
My neighbor invited me to it. It was a word of mouth kind of thing. Someone from Menasha lives across the street from me, and I noticed he was a really creative person, and I started talking to him. I wanted to start getting into creative venues, and he invited me to the Cedar Project, and I'm glad I came.
Well, I met Isaiah probably like 3 or 4 years ago, just walking down the sidewalk, and yeah, he told me about this thing. Isaiah is very outgoing, and I just said, yeah, I'll check it out. And then I was walking out one other night, I heard the music and I stopped down. Community.
Community, I think, is one of the most important things that has been neglected in society, in our American culture. And you know, with people leaving church more often and not knowing where to fit in, places like this are great. They're essential.
Typically, there's a lot of corporate background to a lot of nowadays shows where you have to go through this and through that, talk to that management and whatnot. But there's not a whole lot of that neighbor to neighbor. Literally, we're neighbors. There's not that whole lot of like friend to friend, let's put this together. So this feels a lot like almost the vibes that a sleepover has, where you just play.
I really like the residential venue. I think it's a future for artists who are very serious in that way of life. And I think the only way to sustain yourself is to live in that. So commercing out your house, bringing people to you, share your interests that will bring community together and connect.
yeah, it finally came down and it took out the roof, the old roof that was up there.